What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Remen, aka Allfires. Now, as somebody who's been reporting on this stuff in every single day for the last 6 years, I feel pretty confident in saying that very rarely does an out-of-left field oddball casting rumor for the MCU show up in a mainstream magazine before the industry insiders get to it. Usually, by the time it shows up confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter or Deadline or one of the other mainstream trades like Variety, we've already been talking about it here at the channel and for 6 months. But today, that's exactly what happened when a Disney familiar name in Lindsay Lohan got tied to the MCU via a brand new article in Us magazine. We're going to talk about one specific detail they included, even though a name for the character wasn't given, because I think it really helps narrow down who Lindsay Lohan could be playing. And while I know there have been tons of reasons for casting speculation, especially with the new news of Henry Cavill, which we'll get into some during this video, I think that if you take a realistic approach to which characters and what films Marvel's possibly casting, that we might be able to easily narrow down who this character is. We're breaking down the latest report that Lindsay Lohan is joining the MCU, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner for the finale of X-Men 97. Again, all you gotta do, be a sub, leave a comment if you want, stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so again, this news broke late today in an article from Us magazine. We're going to go off the report from CBR.com under the headline, Lindsay Lohan in talks to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where they go on to report, quote, Lindsay Lohan could soon be suiting up as a superhero in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Known for starring in hit films like The Parent Trap and Mean Girls, she has yet to land a role in the MCU. But that seems to be what's next up on Lohan's wish list. Per Us magazine, Lohan is interested in joining the MCU, and she has reportedly managed to get her foot in the door at Marvel Studios. According to the magazine, Lohan is in talks to play a, quote, vixen superhero in the MCU, though a specific character was not named. Now, first up, what? And I would be quick to say this sounds like a matter of bait and switch like Sony and Agents just did to the cast of Madam Web, where they reportedly thought that they were joining the MCU, but since we're already talking about it, I would like to point out this is truly the darkest timeline where Sydney Sweeney got wasted on Madam Web, and instead we're going to get Lindsay Lohan as our vixen in the MCU. Now, regardless, and all jokes aside, during the prologue I mentioned there was a lot of conjecture going on for possible castings in the MCU right now, and I think it applies with the same logic to this casting report here. While the idea of Henry Cavill possibly playing Cyclops in the MCU is super awesome, and I know a lot of people put that theory forward, I also think it makes sense for him and the character. It would be a home run. They are not casting the X-Men yet. They are still very far from that. The last report for a new X-Men film in the MCU had it in the earliest stages of trying to take pitches for the script. They wouldn't cast this until they got a director, because a director plays a huge part in that. They are still miles and miles away from casting the X-Men in the MCU. So while I love the idea of Henry Cavill playing Cyclops in the future of the MCU somewhere, if they cast him now, it's more likely for a different role as per rumors and reports. And the same applies here. So one of the first characters I go to when I think of Vixen is the character of Emma Frost. And while I do think she could exist for purposes, sort of say in a vacuum outside of introducing the whole X-Men, I don't really see the reason for a mutant telepath needed in the 616 disconnected from the story, unless they've got something going on behind the scenes in a storyline. And really the only thing I could see her being a part of would be like the Cabal storyline for Norman Osborn, and actually we have a ton of those characters. Loki, Doctor Doom is reportedly coming into the MCU, Namor, if we ever get Ironheart, we'll have the Hood. Emma Frost could be a part of that, but I think we are just so far from that storyline. We don't have a Norman Osborn, and it doesn't look like there's any real estate to invest time or interest into that character. So yeah, I just don't see her place anywhere in the MCU, and I think the same goes for the labeling of Mystique. Again, these are X-Men adjacent characters that don't necessarily have a place in the upcoming story or plot. That being said, there is one specific Vixen character that I could see showing up in the future of the MCU, given what projects lay on the horizon, and that would be Black Cat and Spider-Man 4. But I gotta be honest, I have a really hard time seeing them lining up a 37-year-old Lindsay Lohan opposite a 27-year-old Tom Holland. I just don't see it. And with those characters off of the table, and knowing that it's unlikely she's going to be something like Jean Grey or Dark Phoenix or Elektra, those characters just don't make sense. In fact, we may be seeing versions of those characters coming back and from the original Fox X-Men with characters like Scarlet Witch and, of course, Black Widow already off the table. They're not casting for that either. There's not too many characters left. And when I say not too many, I mean pretty much none that are main story characters. And so I wonder if this isn't just another case of someone getting a cameo in something, and where we hear she's in talks to join the MCU, it literally may be for 1 or 2 lines. I'm having a really hard time seeing Lindsay Lohan in the MCU and trying to take it seriously. And I know this is the exact same sentiment that some of you expressed about seeing Star Fox or Eros' cameo at the end of the Eternals played by Harry Styles, or that said you'd feel the same way if you saw Taylor Swift especially playing herself in Deadpool and Wolverine. It just sort of takes you out of it, but who knows, they've had weirder castings in the MCU before, and especially for cameo roles, and my fingers are crossed that this is simply what they're casting her for. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below, and especially given the discourse throughout this video, who do you got? Who do you think Lindsay Lohan could possibly be playing in the MCU? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Okay, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s at the channel. The next one is at the end of this month to coincide with the finale of X-Men 97. So if you want to be entered to win or for any of the other future giveaways, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button because you need to be a subscriber, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. In the meantime, guys, if you ever get a comment from what looks like some spam account, remember that anybody can borrow a content creator's photo, claim to be that content creator. It's all a scam and a ruse to try to get you to pay for shipping for a prize that doesn't exist. They were targeting this channel at the end of last year, or should I say 2022, and it's been a while, but unfortunately one of my friends is still dealing with this. So, friendly reminder, if you should ever get a comment saying you've won something and for you to contact them on a third-party app like Telegram or WhatsApp, it's probably a scam. Never share your information on there, it's not safe, and of course never pay for shipping. No content creator, no one who ever tells you you've won a prize, if you've actually won, is going to charge you for shipping. That's just not something that people do. So if you should ever get a comment like that on YouTube or Instagram, just make sure to report it to the respective platform, because I promise you, the content creator already knows and is doing everything they can about it as fast as they can, but the platform themselves, like YouTube, can delete the comment way quicker, and really you're doing everybody at the community a service, because not only is that comment deleted for you, but for every other account they've commented on. You can find me over on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around, we'll be posting again real soon.